Hello, welcome to today's session of Random Talking. Today I'm going to talk on the topic of painting. How painting started. So when I was 5 years old, I was 5 years old. I was in first standard 5. So they came to school. So a set of people came to school with this Oral-B brush. They had this small Oral-B brush and one small toothpaste, and I think they didn't have a tongue cleaner. No, they didn't have a tongue cleaner. And then they had that slip of how to take care of your tooth. And I think we were all blessed that way because we didn't get a lot of high caloried biscuits or chocolates during our childhood. Yeah, chocolates were there, but not nowadays you look at a biscuit. I look at a biscuit and I start thinking if it's like a chocolate or a biscuit because there's this choco blocks in between. So for us, the first memory of having chocolate was that Bites biscuit, right? After that, now though, the coating of the whole biscuit is made of chocolate, and then there's cream. Obviously, cream biscuits were always all-time favorite because you open it and then you lick and, you don't eat the biscuit part, only the cream goes in, yeah. Okay, so coming back to painting. So they gave us that, and it had a rabbit. So the rabbit had a huge two tooth, right? We're small children with, a little set of tooth and... Okay, yeah, when you're 5, you're already having a good set, at least 14, I think. We should all be having 14 tooth at least. So that way, then I started drawing that rabbit which was there with that 2 tooth. And I copied it. I was able to, draw the entire rabbit the exact same way as how it was on that, with that Oral-B brush. And I had written also Oral-B in that brush, that round part. So I colored it the same way, and I came home and I showed my dad, see, this is what they gave, this is what I've drawn. My dad was like, oh my god, you can draw at this age. So it was an exact replica, like exact. So he's like, your drawing looks much better than the original. Okay, that's like huge appreciation. Very rarely my dad appreciates. And I was like, is it? I was like, yeah, I was very happy. Okay. And then I was like, yeah. And he said, you've got talent in, drawing. I said, yeah, maybe you never know. And as kids, we always like colors, sketch pens and everything, right? So then he said, now what we'll do is every Sunday, you will draw one drawing for me. Oh, that became routine. So routine when it comes, no, it's not nice. So then every Sunday I started drawing. Okay. That's like after lunch. 2 to 4 is the time slot. Between that, I have to draw one drawing. And as I grew up, when I was in 6th, so this is in first standard. By the time I reached 4th, 5th, I think 4th or 5th, maybe 4th, he started asking me to do one sketching portrait and one scenery. So mostly he preferred me using watercolors. Okay, so the gradual procession, right? So when I was 5, this happens, and then from that year onwards, every year he used to take me to Chitrakala Parishad. So Chitrakala Parishad is a place in Bangalore. What do you say? Ashoka Hotel, Grand Ashok. So the Grand Ashok Hotel, it's very next to that. It's a, drawing, painting, sculpting, music, that kind of a, teaching school, college. And Chitrakala Parishad, they used to have Chitra Sante. Chitra Sante means art festival. It's an art festival where, artists from all over India, the world come and, showcase their artwork and they sell it. They can sell it, showcase it and everything. So they put up stalls. So the whole road will be closed for that particular, Saturday and Sunday. And they are able to lay out their paintings and drawings and canvas and everything on the road, the whole road. That's like about, let's say, 700, 800 meters of stretch, the whole. And there be around 200, 250 stores as such, small stores, And the paintings are too good, there's like oil painting and the canvas is so damn huge. It's like a human being is really standing, and believe me, it's so beautiful. Like the people are alive. You start feeling that is the way some people can draw. And the light, a lady holding a lamp is the most highlight of it. That shade of the light falling on her face, the shadow, all that, it's too good and perfect. So my dad told, when can we put a stall? Okay, so after I draw every day, I was supposed to file it. the most hardest part for me was in this whole routine, not even the drawing part, it was to put it in the file. You will take out that punching machine, you have to drill, you have to fold the page. So if it's an A4 sheet, I have to fold it. So I have an A4 sheet, I have to pick that up and then draw. So I have to fold it, and then that crease comes in the center, I have to place it exactly there, and then do that. Punch holes on both sides and then put it. So that punching holes and putting it was the lazy part, because one is file is kept in a place, and then I have to pick it up from there, then put it. First he has to see it, so that has to stay till night sometime, and then I have to do this and put it back. So yeah, and so Chitra Sante was this thing, and from when I was 5, every year without fail we used to go for Chitra Sante. And artists all over the world used to come. And one particular year when I was in 3rd, we had MF Hussain. He's one of the best painters. He's known for his elaborate, bright colored paintings. He's the best painters of the 20th century. He had come, and I had no clue who's MF Hussain. My dad's like, look at that guy, is that guy? I'm like, who? What did he draw? And he had drawn something, like he'd colored it, and the whole canvas, and everybody surrounding him. There's no space. And I'm like, who is he? And my dad's like, I was like, that old man. My dad's like, no, that's MF Hussain. People here know him. You don't. So keep quiet. So then he told me, look at him, he's a very good painter. If you can make a career in art and you're able to shine through, look at the kind of fan following and people who know him recognize him. So my dad said, if you know that line of thing, only you'll know him, otherwise you just don't know him. So he's done, he's famous and popular in his niche. So yeah, a lot of artists knew him. They were standing around him, taking signatures from him. I was like, okay, I think that was my first celebrity interaction. But the thing was, I didn't know the celebrity. But yeah, MF Hussain, and there's a lot about him on Wikipedia and things. Post that, my dad got me he wanted me to start on watercolors. I told you do the sketching, sketch pen and crayon thing for a long time, like at least till 2nd standard. So from 3rd standard, he told me, you want watercolors, and they had a sale in his workplace. So he used to work in a 5-star hotel. So there, when they had that sale, they had put up, different watercolors and things like that. So he got me a huge, at least 16 colors, and it's got that color palette, and I had no clue what's color palette and all. That was too high level for me. I was okay with that small dabba only, like that small blue dabba. I still have that, and I'm still using that. I find those colors are more bright, and when he came with the color palette and all, it was like, light tinge colors, like, baby pink, baby colors, and light green. This is all for that elegant painting. But obviously as a kid, I wanted bright colors. I was not into elegance. At least I was not into elegance. Now I think it's okay, but again, I'm still into bright colors. Bright. It's been bright always. Yeah, shine bright always. So then, that painting, he got that, and he told me how to mix in the palette and, outside, and then get that shade and put it and all that. So I started drawing like that, and one portrait. So he got me a sketching book where, that pencil sketching, portrait sketches, pencils. So he got me that book, and I was supposed to see that. So that had a lot of freedom fighters, I think, Gandhiji, Subhash Chandra Bose, Mother Teresa, all that. And he also got me one set of some 200 he xeroxed some 200 sheets of portrait kind of a thing, pencil shading work of plants, trees, houses, that kind of nature, scenic beauty, nature kind of a thing. So these two things were what I had to pick up and draw. So during school days, it was only on Sunday. Sunday I should not study. That's another rule. Okay, so it's like the Lord's Day. The only thing I got to do is after the Sunday mass, I have to report on what was told, what was preached in the church. I was supposed to write on that, and that is like as soon as I come back, I have to do that. So that's like a 1-hour activity. Then after lunch, I was supposed to do these two, this drawing, and one more is pencil shading. So these two things, and that's how it's been. So, filing, I have a huge file of all that. So, after 2-3 years, my dad told me, can we put up a stall here in Chitra Sante? I just looked at everybody's paintings around, like oil painting, canvas painting, and then my dad's like, look at this. And they had framed it now, okay, because they're selling it. So my dad said, so see, Cheryl, this painting, we asked him how much it is. It looked like a very decent painting. He's colored the whole A4 sheet. So it was like, how much are you selling this for? And he's like, 50 rupees or 150 rupees or something like that. 50 rupees, I think, 50 rupees. So my dad said, so Cheryl, look at this. He's selling this for 50 rupees. Do you think your painting is... He's not undermining or underestimating me, but he's trying to set the expectations right. So he was like, do you see this painting? I said, it's much better than mine, of course. And he's selling it for 50 rupees, Cheryl, one painting. And the frame itself will cost you 15 rupees. Then you put that, all that framework and all that will cost you 15 rupees. So at the end of the day, for him to come here, the commutation charges and the time, basically your time is what you're getting paid for. It's like you're, very little you're getting out of it. And how much does this, sell, basically? How many? It depends on who comes to your store and how lucky you are. And some days there's nothing that gets sold and you're just there. So my dad's like, so he set that expectation in me, he showed me MF Hussain, who's, popular, who was able to make a niche. And he also showed me the other side of, if at all it doesn't work out, this is how things are. But that's passion. And he's also passionate. Both are passionate. But, life isn't fair. So... yeah, that was with the painting. And even now I find painting to be one activity that relaxes me a lot. And I am a copy painter, not that I create my own stuff. So I kind of copy things from, very beautiful nature. Or sometimes I just want to put bright colors on a paper. Bright colors, just circles or leaves or flowers or anything. Bright colors have always been the thing. Light colors, I don't know. I was into light colors for a few years, at least clothing wise. But then bright colors are what fascinates me. I feel nature is bright and beautiful. So then that's my painting. So my huge file is there, and painting happens. Drawing, painting, sketching, shading, all this has brought in a lot of patience to sit down in one place, do a thing, and it increases I felt that, that's very relaxing, increases focus. So allow your kids to draw and paint. Okay, I was never allowed to paint and draw on the wall. When I was small, when I was like, 3 or 4, I took a nice, there's a phone book that's kept there and, directory, and my granny used to write the phone numbers in that and keep it there. So I found the pen. No, pen is the first thing you find. And pen is the most fascinating thing as a kid because you're always given pencil. So I took that pen, I happily scribbled on the entire wall, okay, like from the living room till the bedroom. And it was looked upon, like my uncle and all came and looked at it like a masterpiece. Okay, and my dad came home and I was kind of, what, it's good or, what's wrong? And my dad looked at me, he looked at me very, sharply. I was such a sweetheart, and he just looked at me like that, and I was like, okay, I'll never do it again. I gotta know, this is not something that has to be done, and nobody's been doing it in the house, so I'm the only one who did it. I thought it was good. So yeah, after that I think I've never ever drawn on the wall. It's always been in pen and paper, and after a point I became bored of drawing. I was like, no, I don't want to draw on Sunday, every Sunday. So during summer vacations I was supposed to do one painting and once shading or sketching. So 2 things in a day. One colorful color painting wala drawing, and another one is this shading. So 2 things in a day. So that took me around 3 hours in the afternoon. So by 1:32 after lunch, if I start it, I used to finish making that by 3:34. And some days if I'm into like very deep work of painting, it will reach 5:30. So that's like solid 3-4 hours of focus, and definitely it improves focus, and your concentration level goes up. So encourage your children to paint and draw, and that's my tiny little story. Stay happy, stay healthy, always shine bright. Take care. Ta-ta.